Right, I'm back. So, Ford Focus ST 225 model. I've already had this one in for a tuned it up already, but we had a problem with the wastegate and I couldn't make full boost on it. So I'm gonna, well, it's been away, it's put on the Turbo Smart Actuator, it's 10 PSI. So I'm gonna set it up today and show you how to do that, because changing things like actuators and things have quite a big change in the way the map works. So we're gonna set that up. I'm gonna show you how. So let's get over to that then, shall we? Hey, right, okay, we're back. So I've just read the car with CMD. And what I've just done, because one first thing we need to find out is what kind of pressure is the wastegate set to, because it's 10 psi when it's set up, but it could go either way depending on how they've set it up. So what I'm first going to do, I'll just switch the car to open loop. So what this means is I've switched off all the PID system and the torque structure and everything else just to test the actuator. And I've set the boost control to 5% duty against the wastegate. I can set, well, I'm going to set that a little bit lower actually. So that's 2% against the wastegate. So what this will do is pretty much just let the wastegate do what it's got to do, and we should be able to log it and see what the actual wastegate does. So that's what I'm going to do first. I'm just going to write this on. So this is a tune I've already built for this car because obviously it was in before. So I'm just going to export that. 2% duty. I'm just going to write that on so that we can begin. Just to give us an idea of where that gate is, because what I'm expecting, this is a bigger actuator, so if your stock one's running about 5 psi and you set the boost to 100%, you could get like 1.5 bar, say, whatever. But then if you go and put a 10 psi actuator on, so it's double what you had before, and you're run 100%, you're going to be in 30, 35 psi. So that's obviously that's not what we want. So what I'm going to do now is just going to flash this on, see where we are, and then work it in and set it up. So I'll be back in 2 seconds. So just as a quick run through, we are using 4Scan to log the car. Just took me a little bit while to actually set this up. We're looking at absolute at the load. We're looking at the temperature degrees of the engine, intake air temps, MAF, spark advanced, cam position, wastegate. Obviously that's an important one for this. Turbo pressure, throttle position, RPM, fuel pressure, and lambda. So they're all the ones I'm going to log for this one. If you don't quite know how to use 4Scan, I've got other videos on the tuning workshop that might help you with this. But that's pretty much how it works. It's a pretty good tool, this 4Scan. It works on, like, majority of Fords. I use them on the Fiestas, I use it on all sorts. So really good tool. So anyone who needs it, I'd go over and get it off, or just literally Google it. It's free, or you can pay for the extended version, which is pennies, it's like 20 quid or something if I can remember rightly. So it's really a good tool to use, and it uses like a basic Elm 327 cable with a switch on. The switch is important because there's 2 types of communication on these, so you need it for that. So anyway, I'm just going to set a dyno up, get the fan going, and then start a pull, see where we are. Up. Run 1, here we go. So watching that wastegate number down there, watching the boost. As you can see. There we go, first run. Just stop the log. As you can see, the wastegate, that purple line there, around pretty much 2% flat. And we've seen a value of, yeah, 157, 156. It's ran 240 brake. A little overstock, like 2%, which is sort of, you know, always a bonus. To have a slight taper, but not a lot in it really. So that should be okay. See the cam movement there, just as it tapers up. That's good to go. So what I'm going to do now is going to ramp the boost in a bit and see where we can sit at. We'll see where we start seeing a bit of movement on that wastegate. Get a bit more torque involved. So let's just make those adjustments quickly. Here we are. So I'm going to get an idea what this wastegate kind of does before I flick back to closed loop. So if I set this now to say 30%, works off the throttle, just gives you an idea when setting things up. If I set this to 30%, give it a run. Right, we are all set up and ready to go. So back on the login, back on the dyno. Let's see what she does now. So it's 30%. Right, a little bit more boost. Didn't really shift much, so I'm going to have to put a bit more than that in. So we're at 30% now, and we're ran at 163 kilopascals. We move a little bit, but not a lot. The take air temp's good. Didn't really move a lot. Shove that up a little bit more, see what she does. Obviously 30% didn't really make much difference, so if I drop it down to say, heat down low. If I drop it down to up to, let's go 65. Blend that in. Give it a run at 65. So what she's saying. So it'll be 2 seconds. Right, so we're going for 65%. Let's see what this one does. Better. 65% woke that one up. Just wanted to turn for a bar boost. running flat. 288 brake at the minute. Let's see if we can get it through the brake mark. Much better torque as well. The whole thing's just so much better. So it's going to boost it up again. So it's more increments this time because I'm 65% that time. So say 75%. Write that on, see where we are. Right, that's a 75% loaded on. Get rid of traction control. There we go. Bouncing it on the dyno. So here we go. Made a bit more torque. So we're now running at 199 load. It's worked out to 234 kilopascals. We made a bit of torque down here. Should be slightly higher in HP. 296.4. That's what I was looking at HP wise. Newton meters 355.3, which is bang on. So that's pretty much that done. So I'm happy with that current position of the actuator. So what I've got to do now is build PID system to take that. So what we've got here, we've got I and D of the PID system. I and control, so this is I. So what I want to do is, because I'm running 75% hot, I want to change this to coincide. So it starts 80%, I want to be running about 80. So really that's about right. So I always want it slightly higher than what I want. Let's drop this down a little bit, put it 77%. So that'll deal with that. And then the wastegate itself, 70, so everywhere here I want 75. So what that'll do is that'll control the wastegate, do exactly what I tell it to do, and when that's quite not working, it'll run off the PID, it'll add an extra 2% based on what we want. So that should be, in fact, I'll drop all these down here as well, sorry. So anything higher than 77, I'm going to drop down to 77. There too. And that is that. Flash this on, switch the PID system back on, and we can run. Then he's good to go. Wastegate set up. So if you're putting a heavier wastegate on your car, and you've got a turbocharged car obviously, then book him for a tune and have it adjusted to suit. And now this guy is running about 20 brake more than he was, and 50 foot-pound more, so this is the bit he really wants. Right, so I've just built all the tables into the closed loop. Just getting the car ready now. I'm going to switch to the logger. With the cameraman for this stuff. So we're on the logger. Let's open 4scan up, attached to that car. Yep, this is the switch I was on about. It's connected, flick it back. Switch over to the logger. Turn on the logger. Away we go. So it's going to get past the traction. Dyno on. It's going to hold it like this. It's annoying, but I've got no way of holding it in front of the computer. Right, it's going to turn the traction. Increase down low, but apart from that, bang on the same. There you go. Use open, so I use open loop to set up the actuator. Switch that off, took everything on load from the open loop, put it to the closed loop table, and roll that on. And that is that. So the car's now tuned up on the new wastegate. It's always good to have a new wastegate because it gives you a bit more headroom. It's a stock one to run pretty much 100% all the time. So as that gets like worn, there's not really much give, so you will start to lose power. Yet with a uprated one, you're running a lot less duty. So this one's only running a peak of 75% duty, so I've got another 25% to play with there really. So as it starts to get old and tired, you can up the duty and away you go. So that is that. So that's all set up, ready to go back to the customer. And I'm going to move on to an Audi RS6. So that's my next car, so move over to that and I'll see you in the next video.